Alrighty, welcome back, Beards and Dragons fans, to another episode of Tomb Raider. We are going to try to get through this next section today and hopefully do a little bit better than last time.
We got this. Or you got this. I'm just along for the ride on this one.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually. It just...
I get to chill out, just make fun of your gameplay, and then you can get me back when we do Skyward Sword, and it's all good.
I don't think you die as much in a Skyward Sword as it is.
Have I died yet in Skyward Sword? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's coming. There's one specific area I know I'm going to die in at least once.
Alright. And I figured out how to do this, so let's see if I can do it real quick.
Alright. Well, I trust you, so you got this.
Okay. Okay, got a truck. Okay, gotta do that.
Almost. It's kind of unforgiving if you miss one.
Yes.
Dadgum, you depth perception.
So much for this is gonna take me 30 seconds. There. I got two now in case I miss.
I'm sorry, a shield will not be able to take that many blasts at that short distance.
No, I mean, maybe if it's bird shot. Am I firing bird shot? Whoa.
You're on like a stranded island. You're probably just shooting like a shell with a bunch of pebbles in it.
Yeah.
I feel like at the very least, like, those arms would be pretty, like, depending on how you're holding it, you'd either get your shoulder dislocated or your ankle sprained.
Yeah.
At the very least.
I mean, her wrists are not going to feel too good after shooting that.
Yeah, that's a very ineffective, okay, it's not ineffective shotgun, but
hey,
it's not the best way you want to be holding a shotgun. Ooh, duck. Almost.
Oh, you meant duck.
Oh, what'd you think I meant?
To duck, I'm just...
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, oh no, did I just mess you up? I feel really bad now if I did.
See, that's how that really would go. Or at the very least, it'd shock you into dropping it.
Now, what are those shotguns called when they have a stock like that, where it's not up against the shoulder? Is there a special name for that, or...?
There probably is, I'm just not...
Let's see.
Hey, I got that too. Dang it. One thing I don't necessarily like on the combat of this game is it'll get you stuck in a...
Yeah. That's not it. I looked it up and all I'm getting is a bunch of like pictures of sawed-off shotguns, which they do look cool. I will say that. That might be what that is.
Jump. Jump, jump, jump.
Oh no, guns are cool, man. I like them.
Yep.
As long as they're used safely. That's the thing. People need to learn gun safety. And it's not taught anymore like it should be.
Explosion power. Oh, am I out of... I am. I'm out of shooty booms.
I remember when I was younger, my parents wouldn't even let us use Nerf guns until we had learned gun safety. Because they were like, we don't want any bad habits at all before you learning how to use an actual gun.
That's not a bad idea.
No, I mean, it worked. Me and my sister both, we grew up shooting. And my sister even went into competitive shooting for a little bit. And I was always more of like, I go hunting and I can shoot, but I don't want to be any Annie Oakley or anything.
Ah. What is it doing?
Uh-oh.
Am I double recording now?
Wait, what?
Okay. I don't know what that's doing. Where's this guy shooting at me from?
Do we need to stop and do anything, or?
Nope, we're good. I had
right, cool.
just had to close that.
Alright, cool.
Oh. It's like, I think that's the last guy. It's like, where is he shooting at me from? Okay.
That would make a really good Call of Duty map.
Yes.
I don't like Call of Duty, but it would make a good Call of Duty map. It'd be up there with Nuketown. I think that's one everyone likes. I think Dust or Rust is one. No, that's the other one. CS:GO. I don't
yes.
know. I don't know. They're all Call of Duty shooty man games.
I like zombies.
Now, I will say I've played Black Ops 2 Zombies with friends more than any other kind of Call of Duty. And it was a lot of fun. I wasn't good at it, but it was fun.
World at War Zombies and Resident Evil 5 were two of the first games I played online on my 360 when I bought it.
Okay. So Resi 5 had a online zombies thing?
They had a co-op because there's two characters in the game. So they had They had co-op, so I played through with co-op.
I gotcha.
And I was really excited about that 360 because they had a Resident Evil specific one. It was a red one. I thought the red one was cool.
That's really cool.
Now, how do I get... Of course, I'm a PlayStation guy now, so I don't have it anymore, but...
Did you need to go in that door behind you while they were shooting at you?
I need to go in that door, and I'm going the wrong way. Run away.
Yeah, I think after I finish Yakuza 0, the next game that I'm going to sit down and play is Resident Evil 1, like the first one.
Okay.
I have the remastered version on the Switch. So I think I'm just going to sit down and play through that because they're not long games, I don't think.
They are not. No, I mean 6 to 8 hours for somebody who's not familiar or trying to rush through it is good. I know if once people get playing it, they do the best ending and do like the 2 hour or whatever.
Yeah, no, I saw that. They're are achievements on the Switch version, and there's one for like beating the game as Chris, beating it as Jill, beating it as Chris without finding Jill, beating it while finding Jill, and like all in all, there's like 7 or 8 different achievements just for beating it under different conditions.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was like, I'm so glad I'm not an achievement hunter because that would drive me crazy.
Yeah, I have never played those games that way. I know I was going through a phase where I was trying to beat all of the Resident Evils. I haven't beat 1 before.
Okay.
But 2, 3, 4, 5 on 2 through 8 I've done.
Okay. Have you played the Resident Evil 0? The one that takes place on a train or whatever?
I have played it. I have not beat it.
Okay.
It's kind of janky on the PC, so I got to a point where I got stuck and it just basically I glitched into I glitched through a zone and I couldn't beat it, so
Gotcha.
What?
Oh.
I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, they had those, and then they had the Resident Evil Revelation games.
Yes, I have all of them on Steam. I just have not played all of them. The Revelations games are kind of janky. They're kind of not as good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard really mixed stuff on them. I have them on the Switch as well.
Yeah. Hey, there we go.
The only thing I don't know is I don't know if I want to play the original versions of 1 and 2 or do the remakes.
I would go remake.
Okay. Because the story is basically the exact same, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll just do the remakes then.
They make some minor changes to it just to make it flow better, but I mean, they're pretty much the same story.
Gotcha.
Hey, we got another skill point.
Nice.
What am I gonna get today?
We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
I wonder who it's from.
It's from the IRS. Blue's Blue is wanted for tax evasion.
Again.
Oh no. Alright kids, today we're going to teach you how to commit tax fraud. Can you spell tax? That's right. T-A-X.
And what are we frauding? Just make sure all of your payments are done through PayPal or Venmo and that they're less than $600. And then the IRS will never know how much money you made.
Wasn't there something passed recently where, like, art is considered a non-taxable object or something, like, or people that sell art, it doesn't count towards their taxes or something? It was in the favor of artists. That's all I remember.
I'm not sure. It's all a bit squirrely, and they keep changing stuff and making it more and more complicated.
Yeah, because, like, I knew for a while a ton of people were getting away without doing their taxes by, like, selling stuff, like selling art online and making a living that way, and then just not doing their taxes off of it. Which I've always kind of had, like, okay, if someone commissions me to make something, and it's just, you know, I don't do it as a business, I just do it to make extra money, how would people know? And, like, how would I pay taxes on that? It's just always been confusing to me. Like, at that point, do I have to keep up with it and just be honest? Or do I not pay tax? I don't know. I don't get how taxes work. We don't get taught this in school. We get taught how to find the area of a circle.
This is true. The Pythagorean theorem. Well, technically, so before what it used to be is I think it was $5,000. If it was more than that, they're legally, whoever's paying you is legally required to give you a W-9. It's like, this is how much I paid you, and then you have to file it.
Okay.
They changed it now with things like the Venmo and the PayPal that if it's more than $600, then they have to report that to the IRS. So it's basically they're wanting to get away from the art thing and
Gotcha.
reporting so that they can tax people.
Gotcha.
And I don't know.
Because
all taxation is
remember-
theft, and
I mean, just remember though, America was created because of like what was it, like a 2% tax increase or something? What was
it's a 6% stamp tax.
Yeah, it was something really minute, and now we're just as bad.
Okay.
I mean, there of course were a ton of other reasons as well behind that, but
So if we ever do Resident Evils for the channel, we could get 5 and do co-op.
yes, we could do that. Yeah, that would be fun. I don't know how good I would be. I'm really bad. Well, no, those are when it basically turned into third-person shooters. I'd be okay.
Yes, 5 and 6 are both third-person shooters. The story in 6 kind of sucks. They kind of went away from survival horror and went towards action co-op game.
Yeah.
Language. My
Just,
you saw that,
boys
didn't you?
boys being boys. Jeez.
What is...
Grim, you escaped.
Oh,
Oh, I was like...
that's fantastic.
I thought they were just falling off.
Yeah, I thought it was like a glitch or something.
Okay, you old cranker.
Nice.
All right, all right.
Not a chance, you bastard.
Okay.
Well, that was short-lived.
Stop doing that.
They just don't get it, do they?
No. Stop throwing dynamite at me.
I think it's Lego Indiana Jones 2 that has online co-op too. And I was looking at that, I was like, that might be fun to play with someone. I was like, you know, as childish as they are, the Lego games are just a good time. Even now that I'm 21 years old, they're just a fun time.
That just...
I think they blew up TNT behind you.
How am I not hitting that guy?
I think you were hitting the siren in front of him. Pow, pow, pow. Did you ever beat Tales or Tale of Arise or whatever?
I have not yet. I'm through the first part.
Okay.
It's really annoying and he needs to stop. Quit.
Jeez. And like he's moving just enough that like it's hard to hit him.
I know, yeah. It's like, okay, stop with the dynamite. You got like 6 of them chucking dynamite at me.
I feel like throwing dynamite at someone is a pretty impractical thing to do.
Yeah.
Because then you run the risk of A, it blowing up in your hand, B, it blowing something up and shooting shrapnel at you, or C, the fuse going out when you throw it.
Okay. Hey, there we
Find your
go.
Secrets. They've learned your tricks. Nice.
Oh, we got train coming.
Absolutely wasted.
Right in the face.
Oh, it was really funny. Like one of the first videos you and I recorded. One of the first videos you and I recorded. You talked about like, oh, could you hear that train in the background or whatever? I was like, no, I can't hear it at all.
Yeah.
And then when I was editing the video, I heard it in the background. I was like, oh my gosh, Discord does such a good job of cutting out background noise. I was so impressed.
Yeah. I'm getting sick of these dynamites in the background. This is not a melee combat game.
No.
Ooh. Okay. Getting a little violent there, Lara.
I definitely feel like this game suffers from trying to do too many things at once. Like, it tries to be a good combat game, but it's also trying to be a good parkour game, a good exploration game, and all this other stuff, and it's like falling short on all of them. It's still a good game, but I feel like they didn't perfect any of them.
Yes. I definitely feel that the second one was far superior in a lot of those areas.
Okay.
Okay. I'm getting sick of this.
Yeah, you're kind of getting lit up.
I know, this part's throwing enough at you that you can't ever really get ahead.
Yeah. They definitely don't want you to win in this one.
I'm just gonna do that. Why did I not?
Almost.
Oh. It's like an insta-kill, the dynamite is.
Yeah.
And now I have to do the whole section again.
That's rough.
No, duh.
There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with avocado oil.
Don't turn on the alarm.
They make up for it with the ragdoll physics, though.
Yeah. How many dudes is there?
I know, you've kind of like... They're wasting a ton of guys on you.
Oh, goodness.
And I also love how this, like, scrap metal structure that you're standing on is, like, taking all these dynamite blasts.
I know.
You know, dynamite, which is literally meant to, like...
Blow up
mine
things like this.
tunnels faster, yeah.
Okay. Like that?
Uh-oh. Oh, do you need to shoot them while they have it in their hand so it blows up over there?
Kind of. That makes it go quicker. If you shoot them while they're holding it, they drop it, and then they'll...
Gotcha.
Oh, good.
Lara, you're alive!
Yeah, no help from you.
Where are the others?
Still locked up inside, but I know where they are. Get up here and we'll get them out together.
I can't climb up there from here.
Ah, damn it. Well, they got some kind of setup for hauling cargo. Maybe you can use it to come around the other side.
All right. I'm on my way.
You have a lot of faith in Laura, my old friend.
So, me just jumping over here triggered the end of that sequence. Oh, video games.
You gotta love them.
I do.
I will say one game that I want to play on the channel when it comes out is the Arkham Knights game, or whatever it's called. The new Batman game, basically. Just, it doesn't have Batman in it.
Yeah.
Because it has Nightwing in it, and I don't think you understand how much of a Nightwing fanboy I am. I love Nightwing. I love all the Robins, but Nightwing, Dick Grayson, is just perfect comic book character for me. And he's in that game, and it's going to be one of the first, I think, the first game, besides a Lego game, where you can play as Nightwing.
Okay.
So I'm ecstatic to be able to play it.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yes. And at first it was going to be a PS5 exclusive, and I was like, no, I don't have $800 to shell out. But then they were like, alright, we're also going to release it on the PS4. And I was like, yes.
Okay.
I was so happy.
Well, I do have a PS5.
That is true. So we can do PS5 games, but I want to play this one.
Yeah. I would definitely have to get a capture card, though, because I don't have that yet.
They're not too expensive. The one I have is old, granted, and it's a 1080p max, so I can't record 4K. But at the same time, I don't think most people care that much, because the majority of people watch YouTube on their phones,
True.
and most phones are 1080p max anyway.
Yeah.
No, I think they're a little bit higher than that, but not by much. So it's not like it matters all that much. Like my phone will go one above 1080p, so whatever the next setting is above that on YouTube.
There
But
we go.
even then, it's like you can't tell that much of a difference. So until there's something where it's drastically different, then I'm fine with the one I have. But I think it's only like 50, 60 bucks or something.
Yeah, and honestly, with video games, even the ones I have that are in 4K, there's not a whole lot that I can tell a big difference in.
It's mainly like lighting and just like reflections more than anything that I notice.
Yeah, the biggest difference I noticed on the PS5 versus the 4 is that it just runs a little faster.
Yeah.
Because the chipset's better and the hard drives,
Yeah.
the solid state's a little bit better, but...
Yeah, that's the one downside to the PS4, is that some games just take forever to load on it. Like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That game is so annoying to play on the PS4 because when you die, it's about a minute and a half loading time.
Yeah.
And, you know, let's say you're in a spot where you're dying 4 or 5 times. Well, you've added up pretty quickly, like, hey, 15 minutes of waiting time before you know it. And it's fine. I'm still going to play the game because it's the best way I have of playing it right now, so.
Yes.
You got doinked.
I did.
It's okay. Everyone gets doinked when they play games.
So much for doing better this part.
Is it still on easy mode, or?
I am. Hey. I am.
It just seems you're dying faster than you were. Maybe they're doing more damage now or something. I don't know.
No, it's just this part's. They throw a lot of bad guys at you, and they don't give you like there's not a good avenue for fighting.
Yeah.
So.
Do you like? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask a question that was going to change the topic, so you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's just one of those parts that showcases how bad I am at video games.
I mean, hey, you know, video games are amazing because you don't have to be good at them to enjoy them. That's why so many people love Mario Kart. It's a fun game. You don't have to be good at it, though. But what I was going to ask was, you like scary movies and stuff like that, don't you?
Yes. Yes, I do.
There is a podcast called the No Sleep Podcast. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I have not. I know of the subreddit No Sleep, though.
Yeah, so they take the stories from No Sleep and they read them and like fully dramatize them. So
Okay.
there's like voice actors, they have music, sound effects, and all that stuff. It's like really well done.
Nope. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
But one of the stories that they did on the podcast and someone had written was a story of these people that basically were genetically engineered to die over and over and over again so that they could rank pain, like how painful certain deaths are.
Yeah.
So basically they would die and then the doctors would bring them back to life and be like, alright, that was good. What would you rank that on a scale of 1 to 10? Alright, come back tomorrow and we're doing something else.
Ooh.
And so it was like, but they didn't know anything else other than that life, so they were like, they would like make fun of each other, like get in from the barracks and like, haha, Jeremy had to be burned alive today. And it's like, sucks to be him kind of thing. And then someone would come in and be like, dude, I had the best day ever. They just poisoned me. No pain at all. But basically, after you go through, I think it's like 1,000 of those sessions, you get what's called the gift. And in the case of the story, one guy finally gets the gift, and he's like so excited. He thinks he's going to get his freedom. And instead, what the gift is, it is a serum that makes it so that he cannot die, no matter what. And then they take him to this room and they lock him in it, and it's like it starts filling up with like boiling water, and he realizes that it's basically he cannot die anymore, and he's having to be ranking a pain that's like everlasting basically.
Whew.
And it's like such just a like depressing end to the story, and I'm like, no, I didn't want that end. But you seeing a guy being burned to death when you shot him with a fire arrow made me think of that. And yeah, I can go off on like wild tangents like that all the time. Sorry. I talk a lot more than I should sometimes.
Well, that's why we do a Let's Play YouTube channel.
I agree.
Grim, are you there?
But yeah, if you ever want a good podcast to listen to, I would suggest that. It's really interesting.
I will check it out.
Oh no.
Okay.
And if I remember, I'll even put in the link, or then the link for this video, just so if anyone's listening and wants to see it, they can go do it. And like the team that does it are just so talented and they're really good. I even bought a couple of their premium seasons and everything, and it's worth every penny I've spent for it.
No. I'm dying again. Oh boy.
But yeah, I didn't want to distract you from gameplay. Just wanted to say that. Didn't seem to do much.
Oh boy. I mean, I would argue that's an appropriate reaction for what I'm doing, but
Yeah. Pew pew pew.
ow. Ah, jump, jump, jump. Run away.
So, do you have a favorite horror movie? It can even be like a favorite horror series if you want to, if that would be easier.
Probably the Conjuring series. would
Okay.
be-
Do you include like the Annabelle movies in that, or just the mainline Conjuring?
Yes, they're
Okay,
all part of that.
gotcha. Those are really good. Let's see. I haven't seen The Curse of Laura Lorraine, which is tied into all that.
Yes.
And there's one other I think I haven't seen.
I haven't seen the newest Conjuring, or I haven't seen some of the spin-offs, so I haven't seen Annabelle 2 or Conjuring, the newest Conjuring, or The Curse of La Lorna.
Okay. I will say I think Annabelle 2 is better than Annabelle 1. I have not seen Annabelle 3 though.
There's a third one? Or is that
there is.
Because is that the Creations one? Because I've seen that one.
That was, let's see, Annabelle 1 was the one about the man and the wife in the apartment building, where like they first find the doll. And the second one was Creations, where it's the girls in the like orphanage or whatever.
I think you might have them flipped, maybe? Because I think Creations is the girl, like, because Creation is when I think Creation is the one where the husband and wife buy it for their daughter, and then they realize that it's possessed, or maybe that's Annabelle.
No, I think it is that, like, the first one was that it was a man getting it for his wife because she collected dolls.
Yes,
And then
that's right.
They found out that it belonged to a killer or something like that. Then the second one was Creation because it was a prequel. And it
Yes.
talks about how Annabelle got trapped inside the doll. And then the third one was called Annabelle Comes Home, I think. So literally,
Yes,
Annabelle Homecoming.
I have not seen that one.
That one I've heard different things about it. I think a lot of people like that it has a lot more of the Warrens' ghosts and stuff in it. But I think they say it's a pretty lackluster movie all in all.
Yeah. There's only so many movies you can make about a possessed doll.
At one point, they were talking about doing a Crooked Man movie, which I would love.
Grim. I'll make them pay.
Crooked Man.
I think that might still be being made.
I hope so. Let's see. Alright, let's see. It says, currently there are at least 2 more movies in the Conjuring universe in the works, an untitled sequel to The Nun, and a new spin-off movie called The Crooked Man. Cool.
There we go.
I did not hate The Nun as much as everyone else seemed to. I didn't think it was a good horror movie, but it had some decent jump scares in it, I thought.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't, like you said, it wasn't the best one.
Mm-mm. And like, I can't talk. My favorite, I don't even call them horror movies, but they're in that genre, is the Saw movies. I love them. Not because they're good acting, not because the story is good, because I love the creativity of those movies. Like,
yeah.
The traps that they come up with, the concept of what would you be willing to lose to live, and all that kind of stuff. It's just really interesting to me. And objectively I can look at it and go like, oh wow, this movie is trash. But I just love them. I always have a good time with them.
You're clear to climb up.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I think I've seen all of them.
Yeah, I think the only one I haven't seen is Saw 3D, which is mainly because I don't have it. And everyone says that you can skip that anyway. I'll watch it at some point. I just don't have any way of watching it without pirating it at the moment. And I don't want to do that.
Fair enough.
I'm so sorry, Ross.
No, don't be sorry, Lana.
If I'm going to go to jail for pirating something, I want it to at least be something cool.
We'll raise a glass to the old man when we get out of here.
That's a fair point.
I'm going to try
Like,
and
oh yeah, I pirated the entire first season of Wings. Huh. Like, something cool. Don't want to be like, yeah, I pirated a cruddy horror movie, Saw 3D. You heard of it? That's what I thought.
I've not heard of Wings, so...
Really? It's an old TV show. The only reason I know anything about it is because it would be on, let's see, it was called Me TV, and it was like Memorable Entertainment Television. And it was just a bunch of old TV shows. So, I grew up watching old TV shows for the most part. Like, I Love Lucy, MASH, Dick Van Dyke, Andy Griffith, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's great news,
So,
Ross.
my parents didn't let us watch much TV. And if it was old stuff.
This isn't like the pilot, Roth. I got Sam and the others into this mess. I'm getting them out.
Okay. And that marks a good place to stop for today.
Yes, I agree. I told a lot of stories today. Sorry about that.
Hey, that's all good. That's why we're here.
Yeah. I took Adderall earlier and I think it's starting to really kick in, so. But yeah, everyone, I hope you enjoyed.
Yes.
If you did, you know what to do. Joe is doing a very good job, I think. He's making it through the game pretty smoothly. Had a few hiccups, but all in all, I think we're making good time on it.
I think so, because I think the next spots that we're coming up on is like the final temple thing, so...
Yeah, I was about to say, we're probably right at probably 2/3 through it, maybe?
I think so.
So
We'll see what the percentage is next time we full save.
Yeah. But yeah, everyone, I guess we'll see you next time.